Right, Tarak. Please provide your mail ID and phone number under chat box. So then you will get yesterday's demo demo video and content also. Right. So first 5 minutes we'll see what we had discussed as today.
Okay.
And we are covered yesterday only the significance of Informatica, why we are doing this Informatica, and what is meant by this data integration, why we need or required. So in enterprise level, the data integration is required. What kind of similar tools we are having in a market to done this data integration, like Informatica. Informatica is a corporation. This corporation is providing for us a lot of tools. Big data integration, intelligence, big data, cloud services, data quality, security, master data management, and data integration is there here. So pure it is data integration. And we are going to talk here Power Center. Power Center is one of the tool introduced by the Informatica Corporation. And this Power Center, by using the Power Center, so here we can do it, data integrations. And what is mean by this data integration? To collect the data from variant sources and place it into warehouse. And pure our job is here to prepare the data warehouse, to prepare this data warehouse. We have to extract the data from variant sources. We have to extract the data from variant sources, homogeneous or heterogeneous sources, extract the data, and then after transform and load it into data warehouse. And then after then we have to be loaded into this data warehouse level in one place. So in which format? Pure in analytical format, pure in analytical format. For to support the business analysis, for to know about what happened in a business, to understand the business, then we are preparing the data warehouse. That is what we are preparing, the data warehouse here. And after prepare this warehouse, who will use this one? And for what we are preparing this means for pure for analysis, to understand the business, what happened in a business last 6 months, or a region wise, or a sale wise. So to know this, then we are having data warehouse we are preparing. From the data warehouse, the reporting people will collect this one, and they are going to be generate the reports for the business as for the data story. So the business analyst or else stockholders, clients, so those are all higher officials, CEO, CIO, subject matter experts. They have a right to take the decision makings to grow the business or to improve the business or to predict the business. So based on what they are doing, these are all things means based on this report. So based on the report, they are going to understand what happened previous in a business level. Then they will go for the decision making. The right decision on right time. If we are not taking in any business, whatever the business it is, that doesn't matter of the scale here. So very small scale to large scale business. If you want to grow the business or protect the business, then must and should reporting is required. We required here a report required. If they want a report, but directly if we are collecting the data to make a report from source system, source means wherever we are, doing the business. And from that system, if we are taking the data, it will take a lot of time to make the report. But why? Because this source system data is not in the format of analysis. It is in a pure format of the business. So complete, it is in a format of the business format. It is not suitable for directly. This one is not suitable for the analysis. That is what in a middle. Data preparation layer. This is, we call it as a data preparation. And we are going to prepare the data. ETL, extract data. And transform the data.
Unload.
And load data. L means load it is. So we are doing like this. We are extracting the data from variant sources, homogeneous or heterogeneous sources. For example, take a business bank. Take a one bank. The bank is spread over the world. US, UK, and India. So the Indian data they are loading in one region, and UK data they are loading in one region. US data they are loading in one region. Multiple areas they are loading the data, but the transactions are same transaction. Business is same business. Business is the same business, but region wise the business is going on. Each and every region wise they are loading the business in different areas. The different areas, yes, of course, it is related to the same bank only. Then if you want to know what happened in all over the regions of these branches, then must and should be required, integration is required. Collect the data from variant sources, and after that, transform the data, cleansing, scrubbing, validate. So according to our analysis, then we are going to make the shape for this data. Then after then we are going to be loaded into this data warehouse level. This was our part. As a ETL developer, what needs to be done here is we had to make this data warehouses. We had to make the data warehouses. Once the data warehouse is ready, then the reporting people will extract this data from the data warehouse. So then it is suitable for to make the reports easily as per the queries and as for this data stories. So who are going to be provide the data stories means the data story is going to be provided by this client, stockholder, business analyst, CEO, CIO, subject matter experts. They will provide the data story. According to the data story, they are going to be prepare the data in a report format, pure in graphical visualization. They will make it this one. Why the graphical presentation means easily then we can understand what happened it is instead of billion records. If we are going to submit it to the business analyst, okay, it's a very easy to understand the business by using this report format. That is what finally. So what we required here is we required here this report format is required for to make this analysis to understand the business. It is just like as a ship. So under the water, surface of the water, whatever ship we are seeing, so this is not at all a ship. It is a business it is. And under the water, the double the weight of the ship which we are having on the surface, the double the weight we required inside. This is mean by the BI, business intelligence it is. This is mean by this BI, pure. Business intelligence. If the business is there, yes, business intelligence is required. If the business intelligence is not there, then we can't understand the business. And if you are not going to understand the business, what happened if you are not going to be analyzed, then we can't say what needs to be happened in business level. That is what we required here. So pure ETL layer is required. Okay, ETL is a process, but it is not a technology. Just it is a process to convert our business data into analytical format. So for this process, we can use the number of tools we can use. Right now in the market, these are all our familiar ETL tools are available. See here, Informatica, Microsoft SQL Server Integration Service, Ab initio, MuleSoft, Oracle Integration, Pantaho, Talent, IBM Data Stage. Like this, multiple tools are available. For example, driving. So driving is a process to travel one place to other place. If I want to drive, then vehicle is required. So lot of vehicles are there. For suppose if you are taking a bike, lot of bikes are available. Lot of manufacturers are providing for us lot of bikes. As per our requirement, whatever we can purchase, then we can go and we can purchase it. Or Activa, Pulsar, Bullet, Harley Davidson, BMW, as for our requirement. If somebody want to participate in a racing, but he is going to be purchased Activa. Yes, of course, Activa is also bike. But how he is going to participate with the Activa in racing? That's not the right tool. He need to purchase sports models. Yes, of course, the bike it is, but he need to purchase a sports model. The same way here also. These are all tools to move the data from one place to other place with the transformations and with integrations. But the most of the case, so 80% of data movements will happen in Informatica only. Why? Because a lot of aspects are there here to decide the tool. Lot of aspects they are going to be decided to purchase or to use the tool. Security, maintenance, server cost, and how much parallel process it can do it, how much faster it can move the data, how secure it can move the data, and what is the debugging it is. So how difficult and how easy the debugging of the process. Those are all are going to be considered at the time of to decide the tool. So the number one ETL tool in a market till, so Informatica is the number one. Informatica Power Center. Informatica Power Center is complete integration tool. Yes, do you have any questions?
No.
Is it clear so far?
It's clear.
Okay. Ram Mohan, can you hear me? Right. Please, Ram Mohan, can you share your mail ID and phone number? So then only then you will get. So 2 demo videos along with the content. Right. Okay, fine. Then how it look like the Informatica Power Center? It's a very simple, lightweight tool to learn. So for example, if I want to learn driving, then so based on our requirement, we are going for the better tool. We are going to choose the better tool to learn. Once if we learn this process, driving process, then we can go and we can handle any bike. For example, so far I'm going to drive, I'm using Pulsar. So if I purchase the Bullet, yes, 7 days or 1 2 weeks, this difficulty will raise. Then after, then slow down, then we can go with this bullet also. The same process here also. ETL process, if we learn with one tool instead of all these tools, then we can work on all the tools. Same process will happen. ETL is a process. This functionality won't be varied. Data stage is also doing the same. ETL, extract, transform, load. Ab initio also is doing same. ADF is also doing same. MouleSoft, every ETL tool is doing same. So what it does, and only it is transform the data and extract, transform, and load data only. So, but here we are going to talk Informatica. See the tool, how it look like. The tool is very easy, simple, and it's complete a pure Informatica is server client architecture. The why? Because it's a pure server client architecture. The why? Because Informatica is providing here lot of services. So big data service and data quality service, master data management service, and data integration service. Lot of services it is providing, and server is a common. Server will provide all services, and clients only will vary. Then only will vary the clients only. Whatever client, if you want to work according to the client in server level, according to the client in server level, so we need to install the service. We need to be install the service. It is server client architecture Informatica. I'm going to be start this Informatica already in my mission or else in my system. Already Informatica already installed. In regular session, then I will explain how to install the Informatica server. So, and server components and client components we'll see in deep. Then, so first of all, I'm going to start here Informatica server and client. See here. Now I'm going to start the server here first of all. So if the server is ready or not, then I'm going to verify here first in my system. Under services, Informatica. Now I want to start this Informatica server. So once if it is started, then we can see here Informatica server. Under my mission, it is starting administrator, Informatica administrator. It's nothing but server it is. So it will take some time to start this one. Meanwhile, Ramohan, can you hear me? So he's not responding. Yes, please provide your mail ID and phone number and the chat box. Okay, till it's not started. Then meanwhile, then we'll see here architecture. We'll see this architecture just for understanding. Then I am showing all these things. In regular session, then I will explain in deep of content and in deep of explanation. Then we'll see. Just for understanding, then I'm open. I'm going to be open this one. Okay, right. See, this was the architecture here. Server and client architecture Informatica. For all tools, Informatica having only one server. This one is having only one server. But Power Center client, Informatica Power Center client having total 4 tools: repository manager, Power Center designer, workflow manager, and workflow monitor. So total, we are having to work with the Power Center integration tool, and we required here total 4 tools required: repository manager, Power Center designer, and workflow manager, and then workflow monitor. So in repository manager, we can create folders and permissions. These are all then we can handle in repository manager level. Power Center designer level, actual code development. We can develop the actual code from where to where or which place to which place, then we had to move the data. How we had to move the data, what type of transformations we required in data level. So that is we can design here in Power Center designer level. Then workflow manager, this is we call it as a workflow manager. It is to manage this execution process. So this design, whatever we are design, that design, if you want to move the data from one place to other place as per the design, what required here? Workflow manager is required, workflow manager to manage the works and how many tasks we had to execute. So task level, completer, source information, target information, then we can take over here and for to provide to the server. Then server will take care of this data movement. Then after workflow monitor, once if we are executed, how this execution, either it is a succeeded or a failed or else, so how much time it is taken, when it started, when it's and how many records are inserted, how many records are updated. These are all then complete monitoring status of the execution complete. Then we can see in monitor level. See here, the ones if it is started, then we can see the server. See, it look like Informatica server look like this. So according to my system, administrator and administrator is username and password. Administrator and administrator. Log on here. Okay, then this was the server. It looked like this. Domain, license information, repository service, integration service. So domain is nothing but primary object to control all the services. Domain is nothing but to control the all services. Primary object to control all the services. Must and should, if we want to work with Power Center integration tool, mandatory we required here at least one repository service and one integration service. So why this repository service, integration service, each and every component will talk in regular session. Then after then go and open tool. See this one, how the tool look like. The tool Informatica tool, it look like client, the integration tool look like this. Power Center Designer, click on this. And then what it is asking? Then it is asking to connect with the server only. Yes, we have to connect with the server. Once if we are connected to the server, then we'll get all previous existing all folders and works. Now right click on one folder and open this one. Then we can see here, see this one. This is called as a design. This is meant by this. So data movement from one place to other place, how it needs to be moved the data, then clear we are showing here. And this is the source. And these are all our transformations. And this one is my target. Clearly, I'm designed here from source to target by using transformations. It needs to move the data from here to here. Clear, I am saying it's a pure design. Just how it needs to be moved, that is the design it is. It's a pure design it is. Just like as a civil engineer plan for the house. Before going to construct the house, then we are taking civil engineer plan and he is going to be assumed and he is going to be prepare a plan. The same way here also. And it is, this one is called as a plan it is. How it needs to be move the data from source to target. And this was the source. Then this was the target. In between of source to target, we have a transformation. Transformation is nothing but a logic it is. Transformation is a logic to implement on the data. Whatever logic, if we want to implement on data level, we can take the transformations here. A lot of transformations. We need not to write any code. So simple. Here then we can see these are all our transformations. Lot of transformations are there. Whatever transformation, or for example, if I want to sort the data before loading to the target, then we can go and we can use here sorted transformation. No need to write a code. Just use the sorted transformation. And then after aggregator transformation to take this aggregational calculations. So this is the way the design. We first of all, we are going to be design where to where it needs to be move the data, how it needs to be move the data. In the middle, we are doing the transformation. In the middle, we are doing the transformation. It is. Then after here, load. See now, this was the way. This is, we call it as a mapping. Complete, we call it, this one is called as a mapping. It is. Mapping means data transformation from source to target. Data transformation from source to target is called as a mapping. It is. That one we call it as a mapping. Or somebody's in Informatica, we call it as a mapping. Or if we are coming for SSIS package, we call it as a package. And if we are coming for the data stage, they call it as a job, they call it as a job. Whatever it is, package, mapping, job means, so the data movement from source to target. If we want to move the data, at least we required here one source and one target is required. At least we required one source and one target is required. So then only then we can move the data. See here now how we are doing this. Yes, once the design is completed, if I want to execute, then we can go for workflow manager to manage the work. Click on this one. Yes, again, it is redirected to workflow manager. So here in workflow manager level, we had to create the workflow, how it should be executed, how it should be executed. Then we have this one here. All online guys, please share your mail IDs and phone numbers. Phone number is also mandatory. So then only then you will get demo videos, recorded video, along with basic content to understand about this Informatica Power Center. Please provide your mail IDs and phone numbers, guys. Right. Then, so here, see here, what we are going to prepare here is, we are going to be prepare a workflow. Workflow means line by line, how the work needs to be executed, how the work needs to be tasks, a number of tasks, how many tasks we want to execute, how many tasks we want to execute, and how it needs to be executed. How it needs to be executed. Then clearly, then we can go and we can mention here. The ones if we are mentioned, then we can execute it. Once if we are going to be execute, start workflow. Once if we start a workflow, then this workflow is going to intimate to the integration service to start the data movement according to the design which we are designing designer level. So according to the design, then it is going to start the workflow. See here, click on workflow, start workflow. Once if we start the workflow, then we can see, yes, under this workflow, this task was executed and it is succeeded. Clearly it is saying, this is meant by the monitor it is. When it was started, when it's closed, and what is the status of this, either a failed or a succeeded. Again, clear information if you want to see. Click on this and run properties. See the log information. This is all complete log information. Statistical information. See now, from source total 108 records are coming, but in target level only 12 records are loaded to the target. Only 12 records are loaded to this target. Clear, then we can see here how many records are coming and how many records are loading. Clearly, then we can see here. So this was the way the data movements will happen, and number of designs with number of transformations as for the business. Then we can go and we can design here like this. See, multiple mappings, several mappings are there. And if you want to see the designs, then we can see here in the middle, we are using some different transformations. And here, some different transformations. Total, we are taking from 5 tables data, and one by one, table by table, we are going to be joined. Finally, we are loading into the target level. This was the way, as for our requirement, the designs will be varied. From source to target, extract the data, transform the data, and load data into target level. That is meant by this data integration. Collect the data from variant sources, then have to transform the data, then load into warehouse level. To prepare a warehouse, we have to prepare the warehouse. We should be prepare a warehouse. So this is what we are going to be learn this Informatica. These tools, most probably 90% we have to work on Power Center Designer, Power Center tool, Power Center client tool, not in server level. Client level, then we have to be work. So in this course, we are going to be cover here. These are all the topics in deep from end to end, then I'm going to be covered here. It will take around so 35 hours to 40 hours it will take. Daily 1 hour session. Daily 1 hour. Monday to Saturday. And I will provide here materials and live videos after completion of this recording or after completion of the session. Then I'm going to be provide the live video also and scenarios for more practice and project. So the real world, it's near to real world. That is, I'm going to be provide you after the completion of the course or else in the middle. Then pure FAQs for interviews. So resume preparations and how to apply for the job and all, how to prepare a resume. Then I will help you all those topics. So far is clear, guys. If you have any queries, please raise your queries. SQL fundamentals only will be covered here. SQL and Unix fundamentals. So the deep content will be covered on Informatica Power Center, which we required for Informatica SQL part. That is, I am going to be covered in SQL part. Fundamentals only will be covered here. Not like that, not like a fundamentals. What we required, what part is required for to done this Informatica in SQL level, that part I am going to be covered, but not in deep. That will take again, it will take a 35-hour session, it is SQL. But the thing is, SQL is a mandatory. At least we require in SQL knowledge. At least we require intermediate knowledge is required in SQL part. So do you have any queries? Please raise your queries, guys. Yes, nowadays, so not only Informatica, for all technologies, we are having less number of requirements, and compared to other technologies, how we have the calls, the same way we have the calls for Informatica also, Informatica Power Center also. But once if you learn this Informatica Power Center, if you are get ready now with a subject, then once this recruitments rise, then definitely then easily then you can acquire this, and easily then you can get the job. And then so whenever the requirements are started, well, then if you are started, definitely then you will lose that chance. Nowadays if you learn this subject, then next month or June, July, if you are completed this course, then if you are ready with this, then definitely once the requirement is raised in June or July, then definitely you can go yourself to attend the interviews and all. Definitely then you can reach the goal. Having a career gap, do you have any career gap? Is there, Ramon? Then you can fill down it, no problem. And let me, so call me, then I will let you know. So how to place your career gap and all. Yes, then you can unmute it. No worry.
Hello, Mr. Sridhar. Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. I'm Purnima. I worked in non-IT for a year, for 4 years, and 1 year I had a genuine experience in SAP. SAP perhaps as a software analyst for GTLC. It's like creation components and mapping the components, ECC, and that we have worked using the tools of Software 360 and ServiceNow. So
Right.
now I want to move on to data analyst or data engineer by learning this Informatica Power Center. This could you please tell me the difference between what is data analyst, and will this come in case if we learn Informatica Power Center or IICS or data management in this? So do we get a designation like a data analyst or data engineering on this? I had a little confused. I'm not sure.
No, no, no. So Informatica is the part of business intelligence. Business intelligence. So
Oh,
once if you learn Informatica, you are not going to be become a data analyst. Data analyst means, and we required analysis service or else so reporting service we required. So if you
oh,
learn Power BI or else Tableau, so like kind of that kind of tools, then you will become a data analyst. And here
oh.
ETL developer, ETL expert. So
So
this is the part of ETL, means this is the first layer in business intelligence
okay,
transformation. This was the first layer in business intelligence. So that
okay,
once if we learn Informatica, we are this experts in data movements, ETL developers. We are all our ETL developers or data
okay,
integration developers
okay.
or a
And
data
data testers,
engineers.
ETL testers also we can do, right?
Yes,
Even
we can do it for ETL testing also. We can do it.
because I have experience in manual testing. So
Yes.
ETL testing we can do it, right? So there will not be any code for doing ETL testing.
No. SQL is mandatory. The exposure of a knowledge is required in SQL part. If you
Okay.
want to become a ETL tester, then along with the ETL process, then we require so complete SQL required.
Okay.
The mandatory skill is SQL. At least we have to be write down this minimal intermediate knowledge is required in SQL part.
So that you'll be covering us, right? SQL and Unix.
SQL I am not going to be covered here in deep here. Only I am going to be covered here for SQL fundamentals only. Max 5-6 hours.
Oh.
So if you want SQL completely, so separate sessions are there, and we are conducting separate sessions for that 35 hours it will take. Then in that deep SQL will be covered as for the BI. So then if you learn that one also, then definitely then we can go and we can work with the ETL testing also. And parallelly, then you can join anyway Informatica, whatever the business intelligence tool it is in a market. SQL is a mandatory. Somebody will say here SQL is not mandatory and basic fundamentals are enough and all. That is all not true actually. SQL is a mandatory here.
So we have to learn the high end of SQL. You mean to say
High-end,
that?
we don't require as like as a SQL developer.
Okay. The
Yes,
intermediate level.
yes. At least we required to handle this procedures, and at least we have to understand 500,000 lines of previous stored procedure. So intermediate, some sort of intermediate knowledge is required, not exposure knowledge,
Okay.
right? Then only then, yes, of course, if you learn Informatica, definitely they will ask the questions in SQL. Or if you learn Power BI, they will ask this so questions in SQL. Any BI tool, if you learn, definitely they will ask the queries in SQL part. So once if we are strong in SQL level, so definitely then we can easily handle these tools also.
So how
That
the
is separate class sessions are there, SQL sessions, and parallelly then you can go with that also. And it will take around 30 to 35